young tree and the hurricane. The sloping orchard, the stone wall, and the brook were all the world the tree had ever known, for she'd been planted there, and there she'd grown. And in whatever direction she chanced to look, day after day, morning, night, and noon, she was enclosed by the same familiar sights, to whose appeal she'd long since grown immune. Something was missing, what she could not say, but she felt it down to the deepest of her roots. In autumn, when she was weighted down with fruit, despondently she'd watch the birds take flight. Asleep in winter when the ground was frozen, she'd dream of some vague province far away. In summer, she was overcome with yearning for the clouds in their ethereal pursuits, perpetually departing and returning. That was the kind of life she would have chosen, for she was young, and young things must rebel. This attitude made her so resentful she hardly noticed when, one afternoon which had been typically uneventful, a sudden and unnatural silence fell. The air grew heavy. The light turned lurid green, and then a soft but ever-quickening breeze. A wave of panic swept the elder trees. This was no squall, this was a hurricane. Dark, magnetic, powerful, and vain, with his retinue of thunder, wind, and rain, wreaking destruction, always traveling on. A meteorological Don Juan, seeking a partner for his dangerous dances. In a rising chorus, they cautioned and they grieved, for the young tree had a look they all had seen. They too had once been young and been deceived. Their warnings she rejected with a laugh, and mocked their anxieties on her behalf. What did she care about their failed romances? Let them cower. She would take her chances. He whirled her, swirled her, arched her, pressed her tight, amid a darkness total as a cave, except for the sporadic thunderbolt that flickered like a light-struck jewel, revealing a chaos of things torn loose and flying, as though the world had risen in revolt. Lost in the mad music of that night, she followed his every movement like a slave, for his grip was confident, though it was cruel. And considering the steps they executed, the wonder is she didn't get uprooted. Certainly it was not for lack of trying. The passions he excited were torrential. She strained and strained, but couldn't get unstuck. Sunrise found her all alone and crying, for every leafless limb was bruised and raw. But her feelings turned distinctly penitential when in the first dim morning light she saw stretched upon the earth and slowly dying some of her neighbors who hadn't had her luck. The most miraculous thing about youth is that there are any survivors.